Good morning, Welumi.
Good morning, Fonse. Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
All right, let's look at online coaching and consulting. Is there a difference? Let's understand what these two things mean exactly.
Okay, when we're talking about online coaching and consultation, it is actually very broad, right? It's actually very broad because when we're talking about business now, because now on social media, a lot of things are going on social media. There is that of business. People are there to make money, while some are actually there to have fun. So whatever decision or whatever reason, your social media actually matters a lot. You understand? So online coaching is obviously different from consultation. If you are on social media to have fun, you necessarily do not need a consultation. But if you are on social media to make money, then you actually need a consultation. You need um, deep knowledge about consultation. You need more knowledge on how to be on the space of social media.
All right, Pelumi, talk to us. How is the acceptability like when it comes to online coaching, and what are the benefits from your experience? How much do people embrace online coaching in this climb, and then what are the benefits?
Okay, there are a lot of benefits when you ask me as a because right now we have different coaches when we are talking about business coaches on social media. So people are actually keen into you. When you're online, especially on Instagram, because I am more of Instagram, right? Even people that make money through products and services, they are a coach. Like most of them make use of that to coach people. For instance, I'm an entrepreneur, right? And I sell jewelry. Now, imagine me trying to teach people how to customize jewelry. That's online coaching. And I tell people that are just coming up from, trying to make sales through jewelry and telling them, okay, I'm going to teach you how to, customize jewelry and how to make money from it. That's an online coach. Understood? So now people now coming to me, okay, because of this value that I'm passing to them, they want to learn, right? They want to learn from me and they keen into that coaching. That's like a lot of benefit like that. And some people, it's actually how to navigate social media. You know, everybody cannot know it, or there are people that specialize in that. It's going to teach you how to, be on social media, how to navigate social media, how to make money, how to run sponsored ads, how to create content. It's actually very broad. So there are a lot and a lot and a lot like that concerning online coaching.
All right, so how do entrepreneurs who are online coaches navigate the space or this field within several social media platforms to make money?
Okay, if I get you right, you mean how does people actually navigate
You go
social media?
about it.
Okay, there are many ways, right? Okay, there are many ways you can actually do that. You could actually first of all use make use of selling. You can buy and sell on social media. Buying and selling, you can see there are a lot of boutiques, right, on social media that even are better than physical boutique. You say if you're on the social media space, you can order anywhere, anytime because of this online space. So people make money from social media just buying and selling. People make money from their own talents. You see comedians on social media, so skits makers, they are making their money right from social media. Even YouTube is actually another form, like an oil money platform where people just go out there, talk, and just ditch out knowledge. And when they ditch out knowledge, there, YouTube pay them back, right? They're giving out value, and the views that they're having is bringing them back money. So same as, okay, for instance, I'm using myself as a pragmatic example. I am a voiceover artist, right? And I teach people how to make money monetizing their voice, making use of their voice to monetize, making more money. Now, I know the rudiment of voiceover, and I know that people actually have the voice, but it's wasting. Now, if you have a voice and you cannot use it to make money, I will teach you how to make money with it. I'm going to tell you the things to know how to do it, and you just cashing out. So there are different ways aside from product services, kit makers, social media influencers. As far as you have legit followers, you have a community where you can actually talk to people, then, and people can listen to you. You can tell somebody, please, so I just tagged a post, kindly go there and engage. And people, because they love you, you're an influencer, right? They go there and they make use of the person, either transact with the person or work with the person, and you get paid as an influencer. So social media has actually been a space and a platform to help a lot of people.
All right, my question was actually referring to online coaches. What kinds of platform do they need to use? Or any platform works for online coaching, how do they begin to make money from the knowledge that they share?
Miss, can you come again with your question?
If you can hear me clearly, I'm asking for online coaches specifically, are there certain social media platforms that is good for the business of online coaching? Or you can use any social media platforms. How do you begin to make money from the knowledge that you're sharing on social media?
Okay, there are different platforms, right? And every platform have their own uniqueness. So it's depending on how much you can explore. Some people use TikTok. As far as you're a skit maker, you're a comedian, you can dance, right? People know TikTok for that. So if you are a dancer, you like to be funny, you can make use of TikTok to pass out your value and to make your money. Well, for me, I'm not more of a TikTok person. I just go there to dish out my works that I've done so far, save them there for reference, like maybe if I need to go back there. But I'm not more of a dancer. But people that, they feel that they can do crazy things, quote and unquote, or they can dance, they can sing, they can do something very funny. They can be on TikTok and just, showcase their talent over there. And for Instagram, Instagram is more of people that are serious, like serious people. You see business owners, you see influencers, you see doctors, you see professional people on Instagram. So if you're a kind of person that you like professionalism, you like to be uptight and all strictly business, you can go to Instagram. Why YouTube is more of people that talk. If you're a marriage counselor, you want to teach people how to do this, or you are a vlogger, you can also, because that platform for YouTube allows for a lengthy minutes where you can actually talk and teach out knowledge there. So different platforms with a different uniqueness. It's depending on how you can be, showcased, what you have, your value, and things that you have to teach out. So they are of different platforms and of different uniqueness.
All right. You agree with me that you can't claim to be in business where you don't have clients. So looking at online consulting, how do you attract clients? And most importantly, at the time when you're just building your presence, how do you attract clients in order to be able to make money from these platforms?
Okay, social media is very, very key on content creation, right? So content is just the way, like, you have to be able to create content. You have to create different content all the time. You have to be creative. You have to think outside the box, try to create content that are very unique to you, and always understand your target audience. You can be let me use for instance, you can't be selling clothes and be attracted to people, especially for instance if you are selling youth clothes, the Gen Z's kind of dresses. You cannot be targeting people that are older, for instance 50-year-old above. You have to be on a space whereby you can see young ones, you can see people that are young. That's for instance Instagram, you can see them on TikTok. So you have to place your presence there so that your target audience can actually see you there. So aside from content, you also need to put yourself out there. You have to collaborate on platforms like this. You have to collaborate with people with the same niche or different niche so that you can have a broad visibility. And after that, also you also need to think of sponsored ads. Well, I'm so big on sponsored ads. Yes, I'm a content creator. I create content very well. I make sure that I balance it both. But see, when it comes to sponsored ads, that's maybe advertising. They call it meta ads on Instagram, on Facebook. Facebook has it, Instagram has it, right? So you need to spend, you need to invest. I say it most times to my people that you cannot want to get things in return. For instance, get over millions of naira, and you're expecting not to invest. If you are looking out to get in return millions, then you should be able to put out that money. So sponsored ads is more of exchange of value of your money for the value. This will bring you followers, right? You get a lot of followers from your sponsored ads. As far as they like what you're doing, they like the content you put out there, they would follow you and also work with you later in future. So that's another way you can actually get people, like target audience. And the bigger part of it is influencers, right? If I am a content creator, I'm going to look at the niche, the different kind of influencers that I could work with. I could work with somebody in my kind of niche, not someone that, for instance, I cannot be a voiceover artist. I want to use an influencer to help me talk about my brand, for me to get customers, and I cannot start using skit makers or comedians that, you know, others out there to, you know, just dance and all. No, I'm going to look at people in my kind of niche. I can go for people that are into voiceover artists that have their own target audiences too, because I know that they have similar target audience. So I work with influencers of that niche. So there are different ways, but these ones are the key ways that you can get your customers on social media.
All right. I mentioned earlier before we brought you in to the discussion that online coaching seemed like a risky venture, because to get people to notice you, you have to give some free tips to them. But let's actually look at the business. How do you create that visibility? How do you develop yourself? How do you sustain and even know what price to peg your services at?
Okay, I'm still going to quote myself back to talking about content. Like if you, for instance, if you are on social media, you need to know how to connect, right? Sorry, aside from you creating content, you have to know how to connect. Like going online, blogs, there are blogs, different blogs that you can connect on. When I mean connection, I mean always engage with people. You can see a post that you find intriguing, you could just drop a comment, talk about it, you know, liaise with people. And I used to say, whenever you're commenting on blogs like this, that you know that they have visibility, they have a lot of people commenting, you always drop comments that are very, very important. Like, I mean, comments that are meaningful content, right? Meaningful comments. So you can connect through that, right? And giving free tips too is actually part of content, right? If you want to create content, you can. If you are a business owner and you are selling clothes, for instance, you could just tell people how to style the clothes. You could say, okay, I'm selling polo, I sell tees. Okay, these are different 5 ways that you can actually, you know, use, you know, style your tees. Or I sell scarf, you can actually, you know, style your scarf in different ways. So these are things that you can actually put out there to be visible, to connect with people. And please, the last part, I think you asked a particular question I was supposed to touch. Can you please come again?
How do you determine the price that is appropriate for your service?
Okay, service. Thank God you said service, because
how
business.
Do you determine your pricing?
The product. Yeah, your products and services. Products and services are very different. So the products, you leave that to people, like how you buy your market. If you are buying something of value of 5,000 naira, because it depends on how much you want to get. You can have 1,000, you can have 2,000. That's like, products very easy to, you know, price, like you know how to price it. But when it comes to services, it depends on value. Value is more of, like, services is more on value. You understand? The value you are given, you have to sit down, think about the value. Okay, this value I'm giving, does it worth the price? You have to think about the stress that comes with the value. Are you putting anything in place? If it's a physical class, you want to coach, like a physical coach, you're going there to coach. You have to think about put the things that you're going to put in place. For instance, if you are getting a hall, if you are getting different coaches to teach, if you're getting equipment, you need to put all those things in consideration, right? Before you can actually tag or, tag a price to it. And if it's an online class, you have to think about it, the data I'm going to spend in my time, how much value can I give? Or these things I'm teaching, how much value does it give? So all these things, you have to put them in consideration for your pricing as well.
Now let's look at the plight of those who have fears or who may have bias towards online business or consulting. How do you boost their confidence, for them to be able to part with their money? Because you're talking about exchange of values and money. So for those who have that bias towards online business, how do you boost their confidence?
Okay, boosting confidence is actually one of the reason many people are not out there on social media, because they feel that they cannot do it, right? But it takes the most important thing, the ability to believe in yourself before you can go on social media. You have to believe in yourself. You have to embrace your mistakes, because if you are not used to social media, you're not used to content creation on social media, you have to understand that, okay, if you want to start doing it, you have to have it in mind that, okay, I'm going to make mistakes. You have to accept that you would make mistakes. So don't be scared that, okay, I'm trying to record a video now. In fact, now everything is content. If you are recording yourself as a video content, like a video content creator, you're recording yourself and you make mistake, put it out there, make content out of it. It's also content. So I used to tell people, when you want to go out there on social media, embrace your mistake, make your mistake a platform for content creation as well. Keep on practicing, even if it's not perfect. You cannot be perfect in a day. Rome was not built in a day, right? So you need to continue. It's a continuous process. Keep on learning. You can enroll for classes. There are online classes where people teach about public speaking, content creation. Join those classes. Be ready to learn. Try to connect with people. You can collaborate. There's something they call Reels on Instagram. If you are not a talking person, you don't know how to talk, or you are not so eloquent, you can just do Reels. Instagram Reels is there where you don't need to talk. Just follow the sound of the Reels and bring out something out of it. From there, I have somebody on social media. The person is just about Reels. It's just about Reels. She doesn't talk, but whatever caption she puts, a POV, that's what they call it, point of view, carries something that is funny, something that gives an information. So she's known for it. She doesn't talk, but that's content. So you need to just know what works for you. If you're not the kind of person that likes to talk, look for a platform whereby you don't need to talk. I just said it earlier. I said TikTok is another way. You can't see people sit down on TikTok and talk. They don't talk. They just do connection. I'm live, gift for gifts. Just do something. Just look for something that, befits you and be there. And if it's giving out tips that you know how to do, you can just go online there, search for a niche that you want to be. If you want to be a food vlogger, look for something, start cooking. Or maybe when you're in the kitchen, just do something. Oh, this is me cooking. This is me doing this. I just got this. No, just be there. Just be yourself and find your space, and you're good to go on social media.
Assume the person now or the online coach is good to go, started something, but the aim of every business person is to be sustainable in their craft or in their business. So what factors challenge sustainability of online coaching in Nigeria?
Well, online coaching, it's of different, as I said, if you want to coach, you have to make sure that you're giving value. Number one, that's how to be sustainable. That's how that's how you can stay in business, because now online, the different coaches, you see coach for this, coach for that, but the value that you give to your customers, your students actually matters. So if you are giving values that are very, very core, values that are sustainable, then you see people, we keep on coming. They keep on coming. Aside from keeping on coming, they also refer people. They give you your reviews. And as far as you are very keen, you understand what social media is about. When they give you your reviews, you make content out of it. For instance, when I taught my students voiceover, and I gave them assignments for them to do this and do that, they actually gave their assignments, and I created content from it. That's it. That's how to be sustainable. Okay, created content from it. I said my students just made this voiceover. This is how she was sounding before, right? This is how she was sounding before, but now that she actually took this course. She's now sounding like this, and you can see that the difference was very clear, right? The difference from the before and after was correct. So that is another value. People will see reasons to always come back. Oh, if she can record this voice over, if she can do this, then it means that she actually gained value. Then I can come. So reviews, getting reviews from people that you've worked with thus far, it allows you to get more people, and also the value that you pass. And you're consistent. You have to be consistent too on social media.
Let's talk about social media influencing, which is another aspect of social media entrepreneurship. So take us through the route, what social media influencing is all about, what we need to know about social media influencing and the prospects.
Okay. Social media influencing is of different categories. As I said earlier, if you have different platforms, some people they are just keen on one platform, while some people have different platforms. So social media influencing is broad to an extent. Some people do WhatsApp influencing, some people do TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. So but it depends on your number of followers, and not just followers, but active followers, right? Because people feel that, okay, when they see a page that doesn't have much followers, then they feel that they can't work with the person. So they are keen on a large number of followers. So because of that, people are now buying followers, the static followers that are not real, that are just there, that does not engage, that are not active. So if you want to be a social media influencer, you have to be up to your task. Like you have to have substantial amount of followers that can engage in content, that can, like, building a community. Yeah, let's make it that way. Building a community where you can talk to, you can engage with, you can plead with them to do some certain things for you. Same as WhatsApp influencing. If you have a large number of views, WhatsApp influencing works with views. We have large number of views, people that can help you, help you out when you post a particular status and say, please send a message to this person to save your contacts. I'm talking about WhatsApp influencing, right? The people will rush there and save contacts just for their own benefit, as well as for the latter. So social media influencing is broad, but you have to make sure that you have to pull the crowd. You have to be able to pull the crowd.
About some of the monetization strategy for influencing, but what are the challenges?
Challenges, well, especially Max platform, that's Instagram and Facebook. There's challenges of one. I'm going to talk about social media challenges before personal challenges. The one is your disabled accounts. You could have been building a page for over 10 years to get certain followers, and just anytime Instagram or Facebook can just decide to take down that page, and you know how terrible that can be, because that could be millions of nairas that's actually been invested in that page. People actually face it. Even business owners now that have a lot of crowd on their pages, they face it. They disable their accounts all of a sudden. And also personal ones. If, for instance, you could actually go and influence for scammers. You could just be a victim, right? You could be a victim. You could just go, maybe you actually influenced for scammers, and your community, your followers actually indulged in that content, maybe by working with that scammer and transacting with them, and it's ended up boomeranging. So that's another personal way. Another disadvantage I'm going to say is, maybe I'm not going to say it's a disadvantage, because a lot of competition, right? A lot of competition. Like, you could actually have somebody that will just come from nowhere, maybe have some connection that you do not have, know some people that you don't know, and all of a sudden you'll be irrelevant in the industry on social media, because somebody else has taken up the game and is even far better than you in that game.
All right, there's this development where for you to be a social media influencer, your followership matters. People will say, okay, dwell on organic followership. Some will say you need to buy followership. How do you marry the two in order to achieve result? Will you subscribe to just sticking to organic followership, or you just have to marry the two in order to get a result? Talk to us your experience and what should be done when it comes to improving followership.
As I said earlier on, I explained that you have to have active followers. So that already answers my question. If you buy followers as an influencer or as a business owner, you are only doing yourself. Because one first is the fact that your followers will be more than your engagement. For instance, it's worth seeing people have 130,000 followers on Instagram and their engagement is nothing to write home about. They could be having maybe 2 likes, 3 likes, obviously, because the followers they bought are not real, they are not organic, and they are not active. So it's actually, first of all, is embarrassing, and two, you are not getting anything. The followers is just there. They are not buying. They are not buying, they're not transacting with you. So why not, you know, develop and build up followers that followed you intentionally because they like what you do and can actually work with you thereafter. So it's actually very, very wise and advisable to create and build your followers from scratch, no matter what. A 300,000 followers that is inorganic, that is not real, is very bad. Okay, so follower, if you have 3,000 followers that are legit, that followed you intentionally on social media, is far better than people that have 300,000 active inactive followers that are just there and not doing anything. So it's better for you to build up your own followers.
All right, like every other kind of business that has innovation over time, what are some of the new innovations in influencing that every influencer needs to catch up with and move with?
Trends. Every social media influencer should always be at alert and know when there is a particular updates on, because social media are like there are different trends that comes to social media. They come and go. By the time you do not use that trend at that point in time, then it becomes useless. If you are using it after, you are late. So you have to always be up to date. You have to know what is trending at that particular time. So you have to up to get to your game, right? You don't want to be slacking when it comes to trends on social media. If it is blah blah blue, that is, or something that is trending, that is online, or a particular music that people are using that is trending at that particular time, you need to always jump on it all the time. You have to be updated.